We are welcoming a new restaurant into the kitchen today. Well, new to our kitchen anyway. We have Chef Jonathan Cartwright from Vanderbilt Grace, that is, in Newport. And what are you sharing with us today, Chef?
We're going to do a little dish that we have on the menu, which is a butter poached lobster. It's been smoked, and then we'll do it warm smoked at the table. So we'll release the smoke in front of the customer,
Okay,
so they get that aroma.
smoked lobster. That's not something that's sort of typically done in a way to serve it. Describe the twist on it a little for us.
Well, you know, I have also a restaurant in Kennebunkport, Maine, so lobster is quite prominent up there, and we wanted to do it a little different way to present it at the new restaurant, mused by Jonathan Cartwright in the Vanderbilt Grace. So we came up with this smoking version, and the fact that now everybody's very interested in experiencing dining, the smoke releases that, and you get the perfume before you actually get the flavors of the food.
All right, and a couple of the ingredients here. I see you have some butter. Can you run down what you have for us?
Of course, we have lobster. We have a little bit of butter to poach it in, and also to make a little bit of sauce. Some smoked paprika to give it a little bit more flavor.
Okay.
We have some coral from the female lobster that we're going to add to the sauce just to give it that prominent flavor.
Great.
And then we're going to do a little bit of corn puree underneath it.
Nice. Sounds great. All right. Well, we'll let everyone know you can find the recipe and ingredients online at foxprovidence.com. Now we'll send things back to you.
Thanks, Courtney. This morning in the kitchen, we welcome the Vanderbilt Grace to the Roadshow kitchen, and we are making poached smoked lobster, butter poached smoked lobster. Say that 5 times fast. And right now we're making the butter sauce with Chef Jonathan Cartwright. And how is this a tough process?
No, it's not really. I mean, you just have to be careful not to boil it too much, because obviously you will split the sauce there. So we've got a little bit of cream reduced down with a little bit of cognac in there, and we're going to add in quite a bit of butter to that. So that we've got this nice, rich, buttery sauce. You know, we like to do drawn butter with lobster. This is just a version of that, but a little bit richer. And we're going to finish it with some coral from the female lobster and a little bit of smoked paprika to give it flavor to go with, along with the smoked lobster.
It smells great. It smells really sweet. Is that what's coming out of the sauce?
It does, because it's got a little bit of cognac in there and a little bit of sweet wine from that.
Okay.
A muscat wine we reduced down there with it in the base.
And I'm sorry, what is this?
This is coral from a female lobster, so it's unfertilized eggs of a female lobster that have just been broken up, and they give it that beautiful hue there as it changes color as it cooks.
Wow.
You know, obviously lobsters are not as red as that, and the roe is like that also, and then when you cook it, gets up to temperature, it changes to that nice color and gives us that nice sauce there.
Is this the most popular dish right now? Is the lobster, like, can you keep it even in stock right now?
It's very, very popular, yeah. It's a great time in Newport, you know, very busy, and Vanderbilt Grace and Mused by Jonathan Cartwright restaurant is going very well. So we do a lot of lobster there.
Well, it smells good, and we're going to keep cooking here in the Roadshow kitchen. Right now, back to you.
Welcome back in the Roadshow kitchen. We're welcoming Vanderbilt Grace to the kitchen today. We have Chef Jonathan Cartwright, and you're making, I am so excited. We do a lot of seafood in the Roadshow kitchen, but this is a nice, elegant twist on lobster.
That's right. So, you know, just poaching the lobster in the butter. So we don't want to boil it. We're just warming it through.
So you literally cooked this piece of lobster in here?
It was actually blanched in typical boiling water or steam, and then broken out. Then we lightly smoke it beforehand, and now we're just warming it in here, so we get all the flavor in there of the butter.
Now again, just to recap though, Chef, there was not just butter, you had some cognac in there as well, right?
That's in the sauce.
Oh, that's
here.
this one.
So
Oh, okay, sorry.
We have a little bit of sauce just to accent the flavors there.
Okay.
And this is cognac, sweet wine reduced down, a little bit of cream, some more butter added to that, the coral from a female lobster, and then smoked paprika to accent that smoky flavor that we're doing together. We also have some corn puree.
Yeah, what is this?
So this is sweet corn that we took off the cob, cooked down with a little bit of butter and some cream, and then pureed in a blender.
Okay.
So we have that for the base, and again another little sweeter flavor to our lobster.
Okay. So what do we need to do next?
Next we need to plate up, which we'll do in this little bowl here, because we're going to have the lobster on top of the corn puree.
This is going to be beautiful. The colors, it looks like summer colors too.
They are very summery and great flavors.
Now this is one of those dishes that you have to continue on after you plate, right? We have a final step that's pretty interesting.
We do. We're going to...
'Cause we haven't smoked it yet, right?
Well, it has been lightly smoked, the lobster, beforehand. But to get the flavor in the restaurant and the taste buds going and the senses going, as we deliver it to the table, we like to have some smoke under the lid, so we can release that out.
Now, Newport is hopping right now. I'm sure that you've been quite busy down there, but we were just talking, last time I was down at Vanderbilt Grace, I saw Christina Aguilera down there, but we had a movie filming. Have you had the chance to cook for anybody special?
We had a few of the movie stars in that were around at the time. Bruce Willis popped in for a light bite, so
That's
that was
great.
very, very interesting, and he was very complimentary and very encouraging because it was very close to opening night that he was in, which was really nice to have in there.
Look at him with his detail over there. I love it.
It's so beautiful.
I cook that way every night, Chef. I'll tell you. I put the little parsley on the kids' plates. It's just gorgeous.
It's very simple, you know. You can do a lot of the preparation beforehand. So as we're going to go to the restaurant, we add a little bit of smoke to it. So with our little device here.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
You do that for your macaroni and cheese?
Absolutely.
For the kids
I have the
at
silver
night?
dome. I got the whole thing.
Smoke your peanut butter and jellies?
Bring the wine list to the
Wow.
table. That is so cool.
So what does it actually do? It brings the flavor out?
So if you were a customer dining with us, obviously this would be then brought to the table.
Okay, yeah.
And then as you're in front of the preparation, would you like
Yeah.
to
Sure,
stand in front?
absolutely.
Yes, pretend you're sitting there, Stephen,
Okay.
and
Yep.
So then you get the release
wow.
of smoke and that perfume of the smoke coming to start off, you know, your taste buds.
that is great.
And your senses of, you know, smell and taste go together.
Smells
Uh-huh.
amazing.
So therefore, you already set off that smoky flavor
Wow.
before you jump in and enjoy.
I would. You gonna try a bite?
Yeah,
Stephen?
do you
Go
want to
ahead.
try too?
Yeah, I'll take a little. I have a
You
fork
have a fork
ready.
here too?
This is our poached,
Here we go.
smoked butter lobster, and it's hard because we don't have a knife. But ready? I'm gonna.
you
There
got
we
it?
go.
There you go.
Okay. Oh my
I don't
gosh!
want to make a mess here.
Are you kidding me?
It's
Oh,
hard
that
to do when
sauce
you're up
is
in here.
un-
That'd be helpful.
Unbelievable. And you're absolutely right. The blend of the corn and the cognac and everything, so good.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
That
Chef, while you
smoke
cut
is so
that,
neat.
I know, right? Will you cut that for Stephen? Tell us a little bit about your hours and maybe some of your most signature items on the menu.
Certainly, I
Let you
mean,
go.
this lobster is one of the signature items on there. We have beautiful other dishes, vegetarians and beef dishes.
Yeah.
Different meats, and we're open in the Muse by Jonathan Cartwright restaurant every evening
Okay.
from 6 o'clock on.
Great.
And we also have another restaurant in the Vanderbilt Grace on Mary Street in Newport,
Okay.
which is called the Conservatory. It's much more casual dining. We still
Great.
use fine local ingredients, not quite with the same detail as you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier of presentation, much simpler presented. But there we have the garden as well, and it's
Nice.
an a la carte
So
situation.
two different options for people at the
That
Vanderbilt
was
Grace
excellent.
to dine.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you, Chef. We appreciate it. And it is going to be a gorgeous, warm week to head to Newport this week. Let's go to